Welcome to Raccoon Point Studios. I'm Sean Bombs, and today I want to go over stacking fuzz pedals, distortion pedals, overdrive pedals, the like. And, I know it's not something new, and people have been doing like the tube screamer in front of a high gain amp for a long time for like metal and fast stuff like that. Tight things. They want to tame the low end, or they want more articulation, but still keep that heavy sound that they're getting from their amplifier. And I kind of been taking that approach and then ventured into stacking fuzzes and stacking overdrives into fuzzes and stacking overdrives into other overdrives, just messing around. And for me, I found something that works really well for what I'm into and what styles of music I like to play and what genres I bend, So I just thought I'd share that with everyone. If you're into experimenting with pedals like I am, maybe this would inspire somebody else to try with things that they might already have at home. I'm not trying to sell you anything or go buy this pedal, go buy that pedal, because everything is relative to your amp, your guitar, your style of music, all that stuff. I like my stuff to be on the edge of destruction. And to where other players might be leaning toward a very subtle thing where they might have a boost in front of a tube screamer into something else and just little tiny gain stages. That is not what I'm doing here. So this is pretty aggressive, and we're going to get into it. I'm going to show you how. I don't know. I'm just going to show you. So now, the thing to think about, if you have a bunch of fuzzes, not all fuzzes are going to play nice together, and not all fuzzes are going to even change the tonality. Sometimes a fuzz is so its own thing that you throw something in front of it, it doesn't really change the fuzz tone. I have a few of those kind of pedals, and I was like, it doesn't do anything. So, everything is relative to how you mix and match things. So I'm going to do the fuzzes that I have chained together, and then I'm going to do the overdrives that I have chained together, and then I'm going to show you them all chained together, because surprise, surprise, I fucks with it. So the first thing here is a T4 from Brown Amplification, and I'm playing through a Marshall JVM 410 on the clean channel into an aux box with some kind of Marshall style cabinet, ribbon mic 121, and a Shure 57 off access. That's my clean channel. I also always have this SP compressor on, so that's how I set it. It's on low. And then I have it blended and then turned up a little tiny bit, but that's always on, okay? That's the tone. And then I'm gonna do the T4 first, and then I have the Fuzz Factory, which is after the T4. So we'll hear that. I don't know what I'm playing. I had something, then I missed it. So I want to play like chords with more than just fifths in it, so you can hear what that does. Now we're going to put the Fuzz Factory on. just the fuzz factor. And the funny thing is, I would never use the fuzz factory like that as an always on type of sound. I might use that as like a little break in a song or something, just to have a different texture or something, but I probably wouldn't have it set like that any other time. So pretty funny, but you would think that that sound going after the T4 would be non-articulate, but it actually can be. I know, not compared to an overdriven sound or just a nice clean sound with a little compression or whatever, I know. But in the scheme of what I'm doing, that's pretty crazy. So T4, whoops, T4. All right, so now we're gonna take it up another step. So this time I'm gonna add this black metal pedal from this Heavy Earth. It has a gate in it, and I'm gonna just put it in front of the T4 just so you can hear how it actually gives the T4 an actual attack instead of it just being like spongy, you know? So check this out without it. See how there's no, like, you don't hear the pick, chin, 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 chin. There's no front end really. It's almost as if there's a tiny bit of swell in there or something. So now I'm going to turn this on in the middle of me doing that. All right, and you notice it's not as loud when I turn this off. I guess it's a little. This T4 isn't set to like go crazy right now, so now I'll put the fuzz factory on with the T4 and then put that on, and you'll see it still tightens it up, even though it's really crazy gnarly sound. Now, for me, I like that. For you, maybe you don't like that. Maybe it's nowhere near what you do. That's not the point of the video. The point of the video is find the pedals that you already have and experiment with different chains to see what things you can come up with that might inspire you to write or just to play. You know what I mean? That's why I have all these pedals, because each one of them in some way has inspired me to write a song or to create something different or to try something new, and that's why I have them. So now I'm going to show you this black metal with the death metal pedal. And the reason I have the death metal pedal is because I find it closer to a fuzz than a distortion, and I know it was supposed to be kind of like the competition to the HM2 or something. I might be wrong about that. I feel like that's kind of where it was at the time. But I actually prefer it for what I'm doing because it is a little tighter, and I don't know, there's something about it. I really like the mid-range on it and everything. So, and I feel like it matches well with the T4 and the Fuzz Factory as far as the mid-range. So it doesn't feel like I'm going from one thing to a completely different kind of fuzz to distortion is usually way different as far as like the low end bloom of a lot of fuzzes, and the higher gain, heavier, tighter stuff, you're not going to have the same low end and all that fun stuff. So just trust me. Just trust me. I like it. All right. So we're going to turn off the black metal pedal. And now I'm just going to show you the death metal pedal without that black metal pedal in front of it. Okay. Sorry, those two are usually always on, so I just click it on and that's the sound of that particular patch. So it's kind of hard for me to click. That's why I'm all over the place, but I digress. So now for the grand finale, all the pedals on at the same time as far as fuzz and distortion. So we're going to have, just so you know, this black metal pedal goes into the death metal pedal, and as they are set with this switcher, they automatically, the overdrive is automatically before the fuzz unless I program it to do otherwise. But right now, that's how it's set. And here you go. So we're going to start with the death metal, black metal, and then I'm going to turn on the fuzzes. All right, so hopefully this inspired somebody to try what you already have at home. If you have a few overdrive pedals, try them out, stack them, try them in different orders, because sometimes it's just that it could sound like crap one way, you flip them, and you're like, oh, that actually helps. Certain pedals might be like, certain distortion pedals, depending on the amp you're using them with, can have, some ice picking sound. And if you throw another overdrive after it, sometimes whatever the topology of that pedal is could tame some of that stuff, but still have your heavier sound, or whatever the tone is that you're after. And you can also just try, different gain settings and different EQ settings, different tone, settings, till you are satisfied. That's what I did with this stuff. I just kept experimenting until I was like, okay, this sounds all good together and separate at the same time. And they all have their little place to where I can use them. So, yeah. So if you're new to the channel, I do a lot of guitar pedal stuff, pro audio stuff, some shootouts here and there. I'm trying to get away from buying new stuff. If companies send me something, then I'll let you know. And, but I'm not just going to take anything anymore. Like, I don't want to be a part of the consumer push brand new thing every other 10 seconds. It's tiring, right? Is anybody else tired of it? It's tiring, Not saying I don't like companies to push forward and come out. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying for my own sanity, I'm trying to just do stuff with what I already have and get rid of stuff that I don't need. And this is a recording studio, and I do record clients, so certain things are here for that reason. But as far as my own personal stuff, I'm trying to figure out what I don't need anymore and just, come up with different things to do here, without buying the next latest and greatest, all that stuff. So if you're into experimenting with sounds and throwing synthesizers into fuzz pedals and delay pedals and all this other fun stuff, hit the subscribe, hit the like, hit the bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.